One. Oh, sorry. It's okay. Good morning, everyone. Mayor Wilder here from the City of North Canton. I want to thank you for your time and attention this morning. I just want to let you know there's no way I can compete with Dr. Acton and Governor DeWine with their media releases and their press conferences. But I felt it's always important to try to bring you up to date on some things that are happening here in the City of North Canton and things I think that we should be aware of. So in no particular order, I just want to share a few updates for you with us dealing with the COVID-19 virus. First of all, our police department is doing well. They have informed me that for some families that are interested in taking a virtual tour of the police department, you can go to their Facebook, and they're getting a lot of good comments on that. And their personnel are very excited and trying to keep kids entertained and families entertained too. Again, their calls are just steady right now. Again, everyone is appreciative of the calls for a service or assistance, that they're being specific, just like we've asked them to do. Again, they have their protocols in place to protect the person that they come in contact with and for themselves with personal protective equipment. The main thing I get from the chief is wash your hands. You may hear that several times today. For our finance department, again, income tax filings are extended to July 15th. You probably have heard of that, but continue to make your estimates and your payments as you may. For our utilities, again, water, sewer, trash, and service continues uninterrupted. So I just want to reassure you those three things are taking place and going on. From a water treatment plant operations, things are normal out there and continue without any interruptions also. I know our parks have been getting a lot of activity and attention, and I just want to go over a few points of interest I think that, again, we need to reinforce. For Parks and Recreation, again, folks, we're asking you, keep the kids off the basketball courts. All right, we've got them taped off, but really we don't want any contact of people using the basketball courts. And I understand some have gone in, taken their ties off, the hoops and things like that, but again, please stay off the basketball courts. Our playground equipment, those areas are listed. Again, stay off the playground equipment. Our restrooms remain locked and they're not open to the public due, again, to the COVID-19 contamination that could happen. Our walking paths are open. Please use them. Use the Hoover Trail. It's a beautiful day today, and hopefully this through the weekend. Just maintain your safe distancing, please, when you're out there on the trail. Use our open spaces to the best that you can to alleviate some of the controlled or closeness that you're experiencing at your own home or residence or place of work. Again, the Arrowhead Golf Course is open. You can either walk or you can use a cart, but it's one person in the cart. And again, all we're asking is practice social distancing as prescribed by the Ohio Department of Health. But please, just be careful when you're out there. For, again, our Parks and Recreation, I just want you to know over the next week or so, our crews will be out and maintaining the park areas. We'll be putting down fertilizer, landscaping. Maintenance is going to continue as scheduled. So you're going to see our people out. We want to keep the weeds down and keep our parks looking appropriate and useful for our residents. I checked with engineering. We have several street or road improvements that are going forward as contracted. So you may see some crews out that the city has contracted with for our road or street improvements. We'll have a council meeting on this coming Monday. Again, it'll be through telecommunications, and hopefully that'll also carry through for our planning commission as we go forward with other scheduled meetings that we're going to making them open as much as possible to the public and for participation. I've had to make some tough decisions here as we are looking forward in combating this the COVID virus, and I want to make you aware of some closings and some suspensions of special events that we had planned, but in order to safeguard our employees, our citizens, and the people involved, I'm just going to go down through a list of closings and suspensions of events. from now through the end of June 30th. And here they are. For Saturday, April 11th, the North Canton Easter egg hunt that was scheduled to be up by Dogwood Shelter, that's been canceled. On Saturday the 11th also, Faith United Methodist Church, you had their run to resurrection, sorry. That's been postponed, but they're looking for maybe possible food delivery there at the church. On Saturday, April the 18th, the Earth Day recycling that was scheduled at the North Canton Library, that's been canceled. On Sunday, April the 19th, the Viking Victory Run that's usually held up by North Canton Hoover High School Memorial Stadium, that's been canceled physically, but I understand you can still look and do a virtual race for that day. Saturday, April the 25th, the first pitch, I should say, at Little League Fields over on East Maple Street. Talked with Dr. Gianmarco. Again, that has been postponed, hopefully to be determined at a later date and plan for that. On Saturday, April the 25th, the Senior Citizen Prom, that was always a big hit at Hoover High School, that's been canceled. On Saturday, May 15th and 16th, the North Canton Garden Club, we had to cancel that because of the use of the facility at Dogwood Shelter and the safeguards there that we have in place. Let's see. Also on Saturday the 16th, the North Canton JC Special Olympics, that's usually held at Memorial Stadium, that has been canceled and suspended. And on Monday, May the 25th, probably one of the most saddest news I have to report, we are going to cancel or suspend the Memorial Day Parade sponsored by the Lions Club. I know these are tough decisions to make, but due to the atmosphere that we're dealing with, the prevention of the spread of the coronavirus, I have to build out time to accommodate the safeguards that we're going to put in place. So we had to cancel the parade. Also, as we look into June, unfortunately, we are canceling the North Canton JC's fair, usually scheduled for Monday, June the 15th through Saturday, June the 20th. I've spoken with all these organizations, and they have been willingly helping me to be cooperative and understanding with the crisis that we're facing right now. So as we have to build out for planning, because many of these organizations have contracts that are going to be coming due, and decisions have to be made. So folks, I'm going to err on the side of caution for them and for the best interests of our city. So that takes us almost through the end of June, as of right now, for cancellations. Our main goal right now, again, is I don't want us to be following the spread of the virus, but rather I want to focus on preventing it. And I believe that's what our governor and Dr. Acton are doing, that we don't want to so much follow it, but we're still in that preventive state and stage. So our actions and response to the virus, that have been taken already have been outlined through the CDC, the Ohio Department of Health, and again, a President of the United States. Very simply, again, avoiding people who are sick. If you're sick, have symptoms, stay home. Monitor your own health and see how you feel after that. Avoid touching others in face, mouth, and nose. Clean and disinfect frequently things that are touched, objects and surfaces, either in your home, place of work, in your car. And again, wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds at a time. As we do here and at home, monitor your temperature and watch how that goes. Continue doing that, either at home or at work. Just checking for anything that could be of a fever. And maintaining safe distancing, maintaining that 6 feet of social distancing when you're out and about, or when you have to be out and about. Now, yesterday, the stay-at-home order by Dr. Acton of the Ohio Department of Health mandated that to help stop, again, the spread of the coronavirus, or COVID-19, that's been extended to May 1st of 2020. That can be looked at. You can find that amended director's stay-at-home order on their website at the Ohio Department of Health. I may go over a few points there just to highlight what some things that we need to pay attention to. Again, it'll update the list of essential businesses, and I think, again, we're paying attention, as they are, to the forecast as to the rise of the coronavirus. I think they are very straightforward, again, in limiting our exposure to the public, especially when we're at our supermarkets, interacting with other patrons and cashiers, pharmacists, and our first responders, doctors and nurses, and other healthcare providers. Again, limit your exposure as much as possible, if and when you have to go out. I don't think there's any time to waste on this, given the growing progression of the virus. I think we can contribute to this for all of us if we just work together in trying to prevent the spread of the coronavirus and understand the seriousness of this crisis, because we still are at a serious point. A couple things there that I want to share that I highlighted for myself on the doctor's stay-at-home order. Again, there's expectations and that are in the first section there. To the extent of individuals are using shared or outdoor spaces when outside their residence, they must at all times, as much as reasonably possible, maintain social distancing at least 6 feet from any other person, with the exception of a family or household member, consistent with the social distancing requirements set forth in that order. And all persons may leave their homes or place of residence only for essential activities, essential government functions, or to participate in essential business operations as defined in the order. Excuse me. Again, prohibited activities. They cover all public and private gatherings or any number of people occurring outside a single family household or living unit are prohibited, except for limited purposes permitted by this order. As I mentioned before, our children's play centers and playgrounds are off limits. Our activities at the Arrowhead Country Club are off limits, except for carry-out food, which they are providing for anyone up there participating on the golf course. Swimming pools, other private or public, are still closed unless a swimming pool eventually is for a single-family household, but our pools are still closed. There's information in there about essential travels and things that will cover, again, for your health and safety, what you feel is necessary supplies and services. And again, I think the Governor DeWine also emphasized the need for outdoor activity. And again, their explanation is to engage in outdoor activity provided the individuals comply with social distancing requirements as defined as such, by way of example, without limitation, walking and hiking, running or biking. Individuals may go to public parks and open outdoor recreation areas. However, public access playgrounds may increase the spread of COVID-19, and they therefore shall be closed. And as I said before, those are closed. And please monitor your children that they don't use the playgrounds. Thank you very much. Bottom line, we want to take care of others and ourselves in the best that we can. Our stores and grocery stores are still open for medicine. Our pharmacies, they remain open for us. This question has come up, and I think he answered it for the most part when it comes to wedding receptions. Now, wedding receptions are subject to the 10-person limitation in this order. Weddings and funerals are not subject to the 10-person limitation. So please understand the difference. One talks about the reception, but the other one is talking about the wedding and for funerals. Folks, just use your own best judgment and common sense in those kind of gatherings to maintain your own safety and the safety of others. Our restaurants are still being patronized. When I'm out and about on the street, driving up and down, checking some of our carry-out from our restaurants or our stop-and-go food places, those seem to be going well. And please remember, if if you don't want to eat at home and it's essential that you're out, continue to patronize those restaurants. Remember, everything is off-premise consumption. Again, you're only out there for essential reasons, okay? So just be careful when in stopping by those restaurants. For our North Canton Middle School, again, schools and other entities provide food services. And what we have at the North Canton Middle School is a pick-up and takeaway basis only. And again, according to our superintendent, Jeff Windorf, they're processing about 500 meals a day at our North Canton Middle School, Monday through Friday. So just want to make that aware to you. Just remember, please designate that 6-foot distance, whether you're at a business or when you're out and about for whatever your personal needs are that are essential. Keep plenty of hand sanitizer or sanitizing projects with you or at your home or in your place of work. And I know the grocery stores have been helping out first responders and also seniors with different hours for customer service. And as for the city, again, we're doing quite a bit of things remotely. We have several of our employees that are working from home, but they're remote to our city government and operations. So so far, I haven't heard of any snags with that, and those seem to be working quite well for us. The duration of this order will take effect on April the 6th, 2020, and remains in full force and effect until 11:59 on May 1st, 2020, unless the Director of Ohio Department of Health rescinds or modifies this order at a sooner time and date. Folks, I want to thank you for your time and attention. I just wanted to bring you up to date on a few things that we've been going on. And let me explain one other thing. Back on March the 17th, I made the decision to close our city hall and government buildings starting March the 17th. And I extended that to the day after Mother's Day on May the 11th. And the reason I did that was I felt, let's give this 8 weeks to work on to see where this coronavirus is going to lead us, I guess, in the fight against it. And I know the Director of Health made her endorsement, our mandatory stay-at-home through May 1st, and that's fine. I just wanted to make sure, I'm not trying to be overzealous on this, I just want to make sure that I had a buffer depending on what was going to happen, that we can make continued decisions. And again, things change daily for us. And who knows, by the time May 1st comes around, there could be another extension coming. I don't know. I'm just saying, let's think about things, and I'm trying to prepare for the future. So again, our buildings are closed through May 11th. We'll see what happens with the stay-at-home order is completed. And we'll reevaluate, because I know we have some of our buildings that had reservations for people with graduation parties or weddings. I know some have already been changed, but folks, please keep in mind, let's be fair about this and reasonable, that we're dealing with something that is very, very serious. And I think we're still on the rise, as I agree with the beliefs of our governor and Dr. Acton. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you have a pleasant weekend. Please stay safe, keep well, watch out for each other, take care of your loved ones as best you can, especially the ones that we have in assisted living or nursing homes. I know it's tough. I've been there myself. So again, thank you for your time and attention. Have a good weekend. Thank you.